Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Forget the top tier list, top 5, top 10, top 50, top 20, where our host brings you all his personal top favorites from every form of pop culture in top of the Shenanigan Charts. And here's the lad that will bring you all those top shenanigans, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977, episode 2006. Now, I forgot to mention another event that happened in 2005 on the last episode. That is a former guest of Rant and Rave a couple of years ago. We had the honor of interviewing her and talking to her, and she made her debut 20 years ago in the WWE. With a couple of guys named Johnny Nitro, Joey Mercury, and collectively the three of the trio were known back then as M&M. And I'm talking about the other M in M&M, the lovely Melina. And I'm very happy that she's okay, surviving the wildfires and all, and she's doing what she loves best, and is meeting wrestling fans, and doing the wrestling thing. So, thank you. I'm glad that you're okay, Melina, and hope you're having a good time wherever you're at. So, when I know you'll speak from the heart about what happened pretty soon. So, but again, it was an honor to talk to Melina. So, but this is episode 2006 of my show, Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, and this is the year that 2006 was the year that DX reunited in the WWE. And man, we were all happy. I was like, okay, Vince McMahon's life was going to be made miserable, and boy, did they ever really drive Mr. McMahon crazy. You know what? I love it. And now, ironically, DX is running the WWE, basically. And it's crazy, you know? So what are you doing? Yeah, so since my Trebek Twin Bill Tuesday was over as fast as lightning, no pun intended, I figured I want to talk about, I haven't done this segment in quite a while, and this will be the first time doing this segment in the year 2025, but it's the 15th episode of this segment overall. It's the top of the Shenanigan Charts. Now, you want to know, top of Shenanigan Charts. Now, I always give out my top 10 or top 15, top 20, top 5 of my favorite things, my personal favorite things, from my personal brain, okay? And I came up with this list because yesterday on BOFA and the Sofas, I'm going to give a shout out to Gary, Romy, Austin, and Alex, the Putnam brothers. Guys, excellent episode. As usual, I know you like to roast me and all that good stuff, even though you talk about tunas and sloppy joes, which I like tuna, fish, and sloppy joes, you know. Anyways, might I digress. And so they were doing a Disney themed version of their episode, except for a few things like they talked about the Royal Rumble and their BS of the week, so to speak. So, and one of the things they mentioned was songs and soundtracks from movies, Disney movies. And I thought about it. And I went, something just gives me an idea. And I didn't think of it until I went to bed last night. Didn't get much sleep. I didn't get to sleep till 1:30 in the morning or something like that. And the crazy part about this is that it was so, the topic they were talking about, it was so driving me crazy to the point where I got to start listening to some songs from Disney movies. And that's exactly what I did. So, I have compiled my personal top 10 favorite Disney songs. Now, they're from, live action or animated, from soundtracks from movies produced by Walt Disney Pictures. That's what I'm going to go for, because the fact is there's a lot of acquisitions coming. Like I said, Disney acquired the Muppets in 2004, but they produced some of the Muppet movies back then too. So, because one of the songs on this list that has to do with the Muppet movie, with one of the Muppet movies on here. So, because it's produced under the Disney banner. So, I got my top 10 favorite Disney songs, like songs produced in done in Disney movies or on soundtracks. You know, that's the deal. All right, and this was even getting a top 5 was really, really tough. All right, but I will give you my honorable mentions, and we're gonna have to go back to the 70s on this one. I think 1973, Robin Hood, the animated version, when they did the Animal Kingdom version, which I liked. There were 3 different soundtracks that I liked. One was the whistle stop, you know. And I think the rooster was, I think, voiced by Roger Moore. I don't know, was it Roger Moore? Let me just yeah, 1973, and Roger Miller, Alan Adale, Roger Miller, not Roger Moore, Roger Miller. Roger Miller was the Alan Adale, the rooster, and basically he does this whistle, you know. In the opening sequence, it has him, you know, playing his little like guitar-like thing and whistling the song Roger Miller, and then it morphed into a parade, and then it became to a chase while the people of Sherwood Forest was running from the bad guys, and you know, some of them have archers, and you know, they had the crocodile trying to chop them down or something like that, and had the rhinos and elephants charging after them, and some have spears and axe spears and all that, and then the whistle stopped again, and almost like a Benny Hill type thing, but it was pretty funny, but it was a pretty cool song. So that's another honorable mention from Robin Hood, the Archery Affair. You know, da 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 da. Da 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 da, and there's one part where when it goes da 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 da. Da, 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 da. And it almost sounded like the theme from Bullseye, almost the game show that I grew up. And the crazy part is, this was this movie came out 7 years before Bullseye came on the air in 1980. So it was really weird. I don't know if Bullseye got that, you know, when they did the song. I don't know, but I digress. The Archery Affair is one of my favorite. And the last honorable mention from Robin Hood, one more time. The Phony King of England, you know, and just had that little American countryside thing to it. Even though I'm not a big fan of country music, which is weird, but it's one of those toe tappers that, you know, that get you singing and going. So, you know, a pox on the Phony King of England. So, yeah, all 3 honorable mentions from Robin Hood. So I have decided, like I say again, to compile my top 10 favorite songs from a Disney movie soundtrack, whether it be animated or live action. All right. So I figured, and Bofas and the Sopas, Romy, Gary, Romy, Alex, and Austin, thank you for the inspiration for this. I'm giving you credit because you guys deserve credit, man. I know you guys want to be humble and say, "Oh, we don't." Oh, listen, you're getting credit, like it or not. If you've got a problem with it, invite me on this show, and I will give you props. Myself. That's how I feel. Humble my foot. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's go to number 10. This is from the 1989 Disney classic, The Little Mermaid, Under the Sea, by Samuel E. Wright. Now, the late great Samuel E. Wright, he did pass away, God rest his soul, was the voice of Sebastian the Crab, who's got the Jamaican accent going, and you know, the song was Soul Island, you know, island type, but it had like, you know, the TV is always clean up. It's somebody else's, like, and you know, if it was redone, it'd be like more like a hip hop version of it. You know, you feel like you want to dance to it, you know, and keep going. So, but I know they redid the song in the new version of The Little Mermaid, but nothing beats the classic. Come on, Samuel E. Wright. It's an 80s song. I know Gary does not like Under the Sea. That's why I ranked it down to number 10 to really ease him up. All right. Now, number 9. Look, this is a difficult list I had to do. Number 9, I Want to Be Like You by Louis Primo and Phil Harris. I know Smash Mouth did a version of this song, and so did Robbie Williams. If you want to check that out. But nothing beats the original. I mean, because they kept the same beat going. Da, 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 da. In the town. On the fire. A man's red fire. I'm tired of walking around. I want to be like you. Oopie. I want to be like you. Oopie doopie doopie. Hey, learn to be. Well, someone like me. You know, that one. I love the song. And I like the fact that when Baloo came in disguised as an orangutan, a bees, a balls, a baseball, you know, habba-doo-dee with a big banana, hibba-dubba-doy. And this was the first song to ever feature a beatbox. Because when King Louie was like feuding with this little, like, you know, the fan guy, the little guy there, he's trying to like, and he's trying to dance and have a good time, and then King Louie thought he's taking a spotlight. It's my spotlight. And then when he starts jump roping with his arms, because he's an orangutan, and he starts going, I'm like, hey, that's like a human. I think Louis Primo became the first human beatbox in history, in musical history. Louis Primo was the first one to do the beatbox type thing. And, you know, and it just, you know, and I'm sure one of the fat boys must have said, hey, I watched the Jungle Book. I saw this guy do the beatbox. I'm going to do the beatbox thing, you know. Who knows? The human beatbox, man. But I don't know. But that's the way I see it, and it's pretty cool, too. So that's what I don't. And I like the song, though, but it's at number 9. So, all right, number 8. Now, I never watched Moana 1 or 2. But when I heard this song on YouTube, I said, this is a cool song. And I know Romy's going to be mad at me for this one. Because the fact of it is, he can't stand this guy, this actor. But listen, I've been a fan of this guy since 1996 when he made his debut at Survivor Series, honoring his grandfather and father. I'm talking about Dwayne Johnson, a.k.a. Rocky Maivia, with the song from Moana 2, Can I Get a Chee-Hoo? When I heard that song, I'm like, it's almost like it's like a reggae type beat. You know, an island reggae type beat. You wanna destiny, you wanna. And Dwayne Johnson's a talented dude. I mean, the man can sing. I'm surprised he hasn't got an album of his own. I'm telling you. But I think I think he's having fun. I think he just has fun doing it. So, yeah, Can I Get a Chee-Hoo? But it's at number 8. So I kind of, like, it had that beat, you know, like, you wanna destiny, you wanna. And, like, you know, it makes you wanna, you wanna go, you know, that type of deal. So makes you want to dance, go out and dance and have a good time, you know. So that's number 8. Number 7, Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John. I like Elton John. He's a really cool musician. Now, putting all personal preferences aside of him, but he is a talented musician. Guy can play the piano. The man can sing. I mean, there's a lot of songs of him I like. You know, sad songs, I'm Still Standing. My all-time favorite Elton John song, though, is Little Genie, because it had that, you know, kind of that relaxing beat and just, you know, it was really cool. But Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John reminds me a little bit of Little Genie when it comes to the sound and the music and all. And like I said, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, Elton John, Lion King. All right, I meant back in 1994. This was a very like relaxed song and everything else, and it was a really cool song. So that's why, and that's why it is at number 7. Number 6, A Whole New World by People Bryson, Regina Belle from Aladdin. Another, it's like a romantic song, but it's like a little R&B type behind it as well, and it had that soul, you know, and People Bryson and Regina Belle did a great job on that song. A Whole New World was one of my favorite. And Aladdin's my all-time favorite Disney animated movie, bar none. When you have Robin Williams and Gilbert Gottfried at the same time in one movie, you know it's going to be good. That's why I felt like Aladdin's my all-time favorite. They bring a lot of comedy, those two. God rest both of their souls, by the way. So, at number 5, Love Power by Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers from Muppet Treasure Island. Muppet Treasure Island was produced by Walt Disney Pictures, mind you. It was under the Walt Disney banner before they outright bought the Muppets in 2004. That's why I added this one to the list. Love Power, more reggae, man. And obviously, Ziggy Marley, the son of the reggae legend himself, Mr. Bob Marley, and let me tell you something. This song was really, it has that reggae type beat. So, and that's why I liked about Love Power, Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers from Muppet Treasure Island, 1996. All right, let's go to number 4. I Can See Clearly Now by Jimmy Cliff, Cool Runnings, 1993. Ladies and gentlemen, this song was a classic. Johnny Nash from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young made this song, but the cover version of it by Jimmy Cliff is just bar none awesome. It had that, had that island beat and just like dum dum dum, a little hip hop to it, and just, it's one of those things where you just get in your car and sing it, sing along to it. So it's like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I think there's a lot of people did this song. Also, a Christian band by the name of Jeff Moore in the Distance. I like their version too, because they had the, during the bridge, the keyboard goes off. It's like, it reminds me of playing a video game or something like that. More like Super Mario Waterworld type game. But Jimmy Cliff's version is part of the Disney movie Cool Runnings. So I loved it. That's number 4 is the reason why. All right, number 3. It Starts in the Heart. Another like reggae type hip hop beat. It Starts in the Heart by Maxi Priest from the other Disney movie starring Tim Allen, Jungle to Jungle. And I forget when this movie came out. Probably the same around 96, 97, I believe. Let me look it up. I know it came out in the 90s as well. And 97. Yeah. Walt Disney, 1997, the Jungle to Jungle. And starred Tim Allen. And this was like another groove, It Starts in the Heart by Maxi Priest, It starts in the heart, ooh, brick by brick and stone by stone. We all find a way to build. Well, really cool song. I love it. So that's number 3. Starts in the Heart by Maxi Priest from Jungle to Jungle. Number 2. This was a tough one. I had 2 of my all-time favorite. Number 2 is Why Should I Worry by Billy Joel from Oliver and Company. This is a classic Billy Joel song, 80s type song. You just, why should I worry? It's like you're going through the mall back, like I'm going through the North Dartmouth Mall back in the 80s, and just listening to the song is just like, why should I worry? It's just really, really cool song. When I saw Oliver and Company, and that's one of my first movies I saw at the North Dartmouth Mall, and so I was a big fan of it. And my number 1 all-time favorite Disney song from any movie produced by Walt Disney over the years, live action or animated, well, Hakuna Matata by Jimmy Cliff and Lebo M. This is from the Rhythm of the Pride Lands soundtrack, Lion King. And reggae again, hip-hop type. It was, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like this version. This version a lot better than the actual cartoon, to be totally honest. But I just love the, it's like an extended version of the song, and just, Jimmy Cliff and Lebo Evans. Jimmy Cliff, man. Jimmy Cliff's another reggae legend, and believe me, I've been a fan, like I said, him, so Jimmy Cliff has made 2 songs made it on our list, and just made it on this list, and it's really, really totally awesome. If you haven't heard any of these songs, I recommend hearing them today, and you'll know why I like them so, and you probably know why I like them so much. So that is it for the 15th episode of Top of the Shenanigan Charts. And also, it was inspired by the BOFA and the Sofas crew from yesterday's episode when they were talking about Disney, everything Disney, except for a couple of topics they did, like the BOFA's Bull You Know What of the Week, and then they talked about the Royal Rumble and all that. So, yeah, so again, Gary and Romy, Alex and Austin, thank you guys for the inspiration for this list. Got any questions or comments, feel free to ask. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll post it on the network community just as I upload it. So what will be next for my next episode? So what I decided to do for Valentine's Day, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this one, even though I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm going to name my top 10 personal favorite female wrestlers. Probably y'all know who they are by now, you know. And in other words, female wrestlers that I wish they were my Valentines. I probably have some honorable mentions too in between. So be prepared for that episode when I get to it. So I'll probably do it on Valentine's Day itself. It falls on a Friday this year, so it's gonna be pretty cool. So I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. I want to thank episode 2006 of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977, top of the Shenanigan Charts, number 15. That's right. And this is my first one of 2025. So I'm really excited about that. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And like I said, tonight we got NXT. And I'm going to call this the Fallout from Royal Rumble Part 2 because some of the NXT participants, especially on the women's division, were part of the Royal Rumble match. And I'm sure Roxanne Perez's record will probably tie into the feud with Bayley. So it'll be a whole lot of fun. So thank you for tuning in. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven BOFA Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.